So I started off the strength session this day with back squats and hip extensions on the GHD. 5 sets for both movements and 6 to 8 reps also for both movements. Tempo for the back squat was about a 3-second eccentric and then just trying to explode up. Tempo for the GHD was 3-second eccentric, so 3 seconds down, and I was holding the top position for a 2 count. It felt pretty good. A couple things to focus on with the back squat. I'm doing a wide-ish stance, wide, at least wide for me. And I'm really trying to focus on keeping 3 points of contact in contact with the floor. So 3 points of foot position. So my big toe, little toe, and my heel. So I'm constantly trying to be pushing through all 3 of those points at all times, as well as keeping my knees out in line with the direction that my toes are pointing in. So it's something that's really important to focus on with basically any squat, whether it's a weighted squat or an unweighted squat, is the tripod foot position as well as the knee position. Apart from that, just also trying to keep my chest up as tall as I can and trying to maintain lumbar lordosis, which is that neutral flat back position. And then for the hip extensions on the GHD, like I was saying, holding that top position for 2 seconds and then doing about a 3-second eccentric. Nothing too fancy on this one for points of performance, other than I'm just really trying to concentrate on, as I go up on the concentric, I'm really just trying to focus on initiating the movement through squeezing the glutes hard. So it's pretty basic, this one. It's an excellent movement for strengthening the whole posterior chain, which is your lower back, your glutes, and your hamstrings. If you're rehabilitating from a back injury or any sort of injury on the posterior chain in that regard, excellent exercise for that as well. So as you can see, I'm just doing it unweighted on this section. I'm going to be moving up on the next session after this one into weighted reps, simply because I could just get all the reps on that one, and I probably could have gone on maybe even a couple more reps. So I got to make it a bit more challenging next set or next workout. And then for conditioning was a 12-minute AMRAP, as many reps as possible. Started with 12 alternating dumbbell snatches, which felt pretty good. And then I followed that with, actually, maybe I'll just go through this first. So for this, a couple key points of performance, trying to keep the dumbbell as close as I can to my body, trying to lead with the elbow as I pull the dumbbell up, and initiating the drive through the legs. So I'm keeping the back flat, I'm keeping the chest up, and I'm thinking about kind of squatting the weight up, and then following through with the arm. After that, I followed that up with 12 dumbbell push presses, 6 on the left side, followed by 6 on the right side. And a couple points of performance, just trying to stay as upright and as tall as possible, initiating with just the knees bending and pushing out, and just dropping vertically down, and then driving through the legs, and then following through with the arms. So I kind of try to focus on making this mainly a lower body movement. Obviously it's an upper body component, but I just think about driving as hard as I can with my legs, and then following through and finishing with the arm. And then finished that, or progressed that into plank pull-throughs with the dumbbell. So just maintaining a plank position and then pulling the dumbbell across the body 12 total times. Just trying to stay as rigid as possible and trying to minimize as much movement as possible with this one. So if you need to, as you can see in my case, I'm spreading my legs apart a little bit more to create a bit wider base of support to make it a little bit easier. If you wanted to make it a bit more challenging, you could bring your feet closer. If you wanted to make it a lot easier, just drop down to the knees on this one. That'll make it easier. And then follow that with front and back hops over the dumbbell. Haven't done this one actually ever before. So I actually found it surprisingly challenging, especially that front jump. Trying to miss and dodge the dumbbell and not actually jump and land on the dumbbell was actually rather challenging. So did 24 total hops, 12 forward and 12 back. And yeah, I just repeated this for 12 minutes, and I was able to get 3 rounds plus, I think it was 3 rounds plus 12 repetitions total. So all around good workout. Like doing these unilateral single arm or single leg movements. It's always good to mix it up in that regard. So if you give this one a try, hope you have fun. Let me know what you think.